I've been seeing this photo going around a bit with a good bit of concern behind it, but the truth is, there isn't anything to be concerned about, and if anything, it's showing us that the heat shield worked properly. So, to give a little bit of context, what you're seeing here is the heat shield of the Orion spacecraft from Artemis 2 being examined after reentry. And to explain why this is not very alarming or is what we should expect to see, let's touch a little bit on why these reentries are done the way they are to begin with. So, when a spacecraft is coming into the atmosphere for a landing, it is going very, very fast. Somewhere between 17,500 miles per hour to 25,000 miles per hour. Maybe even faster depending on where you're coming from. And so, to land safely, you have to shed that speed somehow. Now, if we had tons of fuel, we could just fire retro rockets, come in slowly, and there would be no burn up to begin with. The burning up doesn't occur because you're traveling through the atmosphere. It occurs because of the speed at which you are coming through the atmosphere. So when you have that much speed, that much momentum, you are generating or have generated, you're holding a ton of kinetic energy. And that kinetic energy has to be shed somehow. And so these reentries is something known as aerobraking. To simplify it, it is using the atmosphere as a means to brake to slow the spacecraft down to a manageable speed. And so the heat shield's primary role is to convert that kinetic energy into heat, thus sapping it from the spacecraft and slowing it down, and preventing that heat from reaching the spacecraft behind it and burning the whole thing up. And the heat shields that Artemis used are a material called avcoat, and the way they do this is through ablation. So ablation is essentially where the material of the heat shield decomposes, chars, and vaporizes as it's coming in the atmosphere, and that vapor is what sheds the heat away from the spacecraft. So when you see an image like this, where it's all charred and kind of coming apart and broken up, you can be sure that the heat shield did its job effectively rather than it being such a close call.